Hey guys, Big Mike here, showing you my 29-gallon BioQ saltwater tank. And this video is more or less for the people who want to have one of these tanks, but are under this false belief that the tanks are extremely expensive to maintain, operate, and get started, which is true depending on what kind of tank you're going for. Like a simple tank like this where I'm having fish and crustaceans and snails in it. Not that expensive. I mean, I found this online, brand new, I think for like $270, and bought a $30 protein skimmer with it. And it's perfect for just having this. You know, the live rock I found, good price, already cured. And, you know, the biggest secret with saltwater tanks I find is just patience. And I think that's where everyone's running into trouble, and the things are so hard to do. You know, you can't just rush in and expect to have a whole ecosystem in your tank overnight. You know, you got to run this tank and let the light cycles through and start getting colonies of this algae growing, and you got to have bacteria time in the filter. You know, there's a lot of things you have to research and figure out first, but, you know, don't let it discourage you. It's not that hard. It's really just comes down to taking your time and taking it slow. You know, you really shock your tank by throwing in a bunch of life in there. When it's not ready, it's just going to collapse. You know, and, you know, with keeping the chemical levels and everything, they don't have to be spot on perfect. I mean, there is room for variables, so don't go panicking if you test and your levels aren't exactly where they should be, because sometimes when you try playing with the chemicals, it really creates a disaster. And, you know, one thing you got to keep in mind too is who's out there keeping the oceans perfect. I mean, think of all the crap we keep throwing into the oceans, and where's the super guy testing the ocean and putting all the chemicals in to make the ocean right? He doesn't exist. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, you can have a completely dirty, polluted tank by any means, but I'm just saying, you know, there is room for variables in leveling when it comes to that. And once you really get your tank established, it's not that bad. And for smaller tanks like this, there is a product out there where it's natural seawater. It's real ocean water, and it's clean, and it's ready to pour in, and that's great for these smaller tanks. And sometimes you can get on a thing with your local pet shop where they'll allow you to take some of their water that they make. And when you're going to do something like that, though, really evaluate the pet store. And that's another thing too, is do some research on your own. Don't rely on the guys at the pet stores, because some of them aren't that great of people, and they'll do whatever it takes just to sell you things. Now, I'm not saying they're all like that. I mean, if you go in there with a little bit of knowledge to know when a guy's telling you the truth or not, you'll be able to pick out the good guys from the bad guys. And, you know, the good guys are more than willing to set you in the right direction, because they're animal lovers too, and they don't want to see your animals dying. It's as upsetting to them as it is to you. But that's it, guys. This is just a little quick showing you that, you know, here's a tank starting out, and in some time I'll keep adding little things here and there, but not too much, not too fast. And you'll find that saltwater is a nice little hobby to have, where you don't have to go over the top, it doesn't have to be elaborate, and it's still enjoyable. You know, give me your thoughts, and any questions, feel free to comment. Alright, thank you.